Hey everybody, this topic really hits home. I just want to point out that nothing is sacred anymore. So I am an avid anime and manga enjoyer, and it seems like even the woke, puritanistic cleansing and censorship is making its way to literally the last medium that is unmolested by the manufactured outrage mob. So the manga called Michan and Yamada-san is getting an anime adaptation, and I'm really looking forward to it. However, a woke outrage mob consisting of feminists and other leftist groups are voicing opposition to this manga being adapted. So these leftists are trying to stoke controversy because one of the characters in the manga, Michan, is inferred to have an intellectual disability. It is not implicitly stated, but it is inferred because she has learning difficulties. So it is inferred that she has an intellectual disability. So leftists claim that this is discriminating and insulting to people with disabilities. Just are trying to control your anime and manga. Anywho, the Japan Developmental Disabilities Association stepped in and defended the anime adaptation. They stated that it does not seek to offend, but it provides an educational message for those who have disabilities, essentially defending the manga and anime. They said they would love to work with the studio to oversee production. Now the leftists are even more outraged, and they threatened to burn down the Association of Developmental Disabilities. And it was an arson notice, and now the police are getting involved. As you can see here, they received the arson notice, and police got involved. I just want to say that Chibi Reviews has done a good job highlighting this issue, and he's been covering the subject pretty well on his YouTube channel and on X. It's funny how the leftists are trying to use discrimination against the disabled as a ploy for censorship. They don't really care about the disabled. And if you look at the history of leftism, leftist, socialist, and communist governments, they unalive those who have disabilities, especially those with intellectual disabilities. Now, this is a tactic. Now, using this group as a metaphorical stool for a leg to stand on is a comic tactic used by these leftist groups. Their goal isn't to stand up to, quote, marginalized groups, and they're just tools and pawns and useful idiots as a leg to stand on to obtain their agenda. Their ultimate goal is to silence you, and that's how they show they have power over you. It's for power. It's never been about the subject that they're fighting for. The studio should not bend its knee because it will start a precedence. And bending the knee to these will not be enough for them, because if you give them an inch, they'll take miles. And this will start a precedence of just constant censorship. They'll be like, oh, they censored this, why can't you do that for us? And with this, leftists are not afraid to resort to violence to obtain their goals. As you can see, they threaten these people with arson. These leftists are violent and very dangerous. Also, one big thing I noticed with leftist groups is that they manufacture outrage. And this outrage is manufactured because real people don't care about these stupid leftist causes. You can tell they're manufactured. So these leftists use manufactured outrage, and you can tell that this outrage here is manufactured because there's not many people who actually support this. It's pretty much astroturfed. You can even see that the Japan's Developmental Disabilities Association says this manga and anime isn't a problem. The left will still weaponize this, and they will weaponize industry and government to push against everything you hold dear. Like I said before, this anime is not the goal. It's just a victim in their path of destruction for censorship. And the left will protest every anime and manga until they get what they want, because they don't control it. That's why they hate anime, because they don't control anime yet. They want control, and the moment you say, oh, leftists, you're right, they'll slip right in. They've done it to Square Enix with the new Final Fantasy game. I don't know if you guys have been on top of that, but an artist over there was saying that they're not allowed to draw certain things that highlights the femininity of their characters. The leftists declare war on you, not because of the topic you wrote. It's a war based off the very freedom of expression. They want control over it. So you gotta see past what they're protesting, because they're not protesting this anime and manga because of the topic. They're finding a reason. They look really deep to find a reason that they can go off of it, to latch off of. And from there, they use that as an excuse to protest. So this last bastion of freedom of expression has been targeted. And I fear that anime production studios and animators will fall to this eventually. And I hope this doesn't happen, but I think in the future, anime might become the same thing as Western slop. I can't stand Western slop. The stuff they put on TV. I don't even watch television anymore because it's all garbage. Same thing with the movies. And don't get me started with music. Pop music nowadays is just assembly line, watered down, soulless slop. And anime and manga are the only mediums left that I could confide to, and not tainted by the leftism and wokeism. But we must protect this medium because it is literally the last shred of unadulterated content. The globalists are already targeting anime and manga really hard, and I've seen woke capital speak about how they want to insert their ideology into the industry and push for woke manga. I've already seen manga publishing companies push to publish works that were funded by the World Economic Forum and the United Nations, and it is absolutely slop. It's no different from the Western woke slop you see on TV. Alright guys, sorry for the black pill. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.